It is 4 p.m. We're bringing developing news.
And the stories behind the headlines. This is StoryCon. I'm Regina Lay.
I'm Ed Lingao. Some stories you're watching this Monday, June 16. President Bongbong Marcos says non-performing officials have been quietly removed or reassigned to keep his administration efficient. In an exclusive interview with News 5 and One News, says Cheryl Cosim, he confirms, or the president confirms, that several changes have been made without public announcements over the past 3 years. The president emphasizes that he has no room for obstruction in the government.
In the military, kapag sinasabi, ito yung gagawin mo, pag hindi mo, anong nangyari? Hindi ko nagawa kasi ganyan, out. You're relieved. Next. And that's what we should do. We have to be very, very strict. Look, kahit kaibigan kita, mahal kita at lahat, pero hindi mo nagagawa yung trabaho eh. Hindi naman ito tungkol sa pagkakaibigan o pagmamahal natin sa isa't isa kung hindi para sa serbisyo, para sa tao. Hindi mo pala kaya, sige, palitan kita. Hanap tayo ng mas magaling.
Speaking of palitan, hindi naririnig, hindi na ilalabas, pero siguro sa mas mababang mga posisyon, marami na po ba kayong napalitan doon sa loob ng 3 taon?
Marami na. Hindi na lang namin ina-announce kasi just get ako trabaho to just if you're not helping, get out of the way. Okay? Kung di mo kami tutulungan, basta malis ka na lang dito. Gawin mo yung gusto mong gawin pero pabayaan mo kami magtrabaho. That's my attitude all the time. So whatever get out of the way means you're fired or may floating ka o ililipat ka sa ibang part of the government. Whatever it is, basta just get out of the way so that I can do my job.
Vice President Sara Duterte says she sees no problem with sharing AI-generated videos online as long as they're not used for commercial gain. Her statement is coming, of course, after Senator Bato de la Rosa and Davao City Vice Mayor Baste Duterte, her brother, reportedly posted AI videos in support of her amid her impeachment trial. The Vice President also does not believe senator judges should be compelled to inhibit from her trial based solely on their political leanings. She also says she's not yet decided whether or not to join PDP Laban, saying she'd rather stay independent for now.
Pero hanggang ngayon, wala pa akong decision, ma'am. Mainly because nakita niyo naman yung nangyari sa akin, ma'am, di ba, no? So, parang ayaw ko nakausap yung mga politiko. Lalong-lalo na pag magkasama kami sa isang grupo. So, wala naman, I have nothing against everyone. In general lang, mas gusto ko yung ganito ako, yung sinasabi ko lagi na I'm single and ready to mingle in terms of politics, kesa sa yung nakatali ka sa loob ng isang grupo. So, hanggang ngayon, ma'am, wala pa akong desisyon kung papasok ako ng PDP.
The International Criminal Court's Office of the Prosecutor says it will respond to former President Rodrigo Duterte's request for interim release, but did not say when. Neither did it confirm if it supports Duterte's plea or not. The former president's lawyers have claimed that the prosecution does not oppose the release under certain conditions, but lawyers for the victims urged the ICC to reject the request, warning that it could endanger those seeking justice for drug war abuses.
Senator Robin Padilla has taken a leave of absence as president of the PDP to focus on his duties in the 20th Congress. Davao City Vice Mayor-elect Baste Duterte, the party's executive vice president, has been named acting president. Padilla says the recent campaign took a toll on him, but he remains committed to the party and to Chairman Rodrigo Duterte.
And it's back to school today for around 27.6 million public school students. And new for this academic year is the revised senior high school curriculum. The DepEd has also simplified enrollment requirements, allowing parents to submit their child's birth certificate only once for the entire K-12 education.
And speaking of Balik Eskwela, PNP Chief General Nicolas Torre III says the 911 hotline is also open for students who are victims of bullying. This is part of the police force's program for a 5-minute response time for crimes. On the road, the MMDA's violations tracker under NCAP, or the No Contact Apprehension Policy, is now up. The website can be accessed at, and take note, myhulika.mmda.gov.ph. Nag-check na ako kanina. Wala akong huli. Joining us today, ang bubungis-ngis kanina pa. Our resident political heckler, Tito Raul Llamas.
Talagang pinilitan na natin na. It's no longer funded.
Obsolete yung...
Na-miss ko sa Red Shot.
Oh, Nax. I wish I could say the same.
Hindi lang siya mutual.
Oo nga eh. Sorry pero I have to say it as it is.
Pero may pagkakapareho pala kami ni Vice President. No?
Which is what?
I'm also single and ready to mingle.
Politically.
Hindi nga.
Bakit single ba siya?
Hindi siya ikaw.
Sabi niya kanina, I am single and ready to mingle. Sabi ko,
In terms of political leanings, hindi siya, I mean, of course, she's married.
Pero
ikaw, ewan ko lang what you're referring to.
Pregnant with meaning yung sinabi niya. Daming pwedeng interpretation.
Oo nga, no? She's single and ready to mingle. Baka gusto niyo, she wants to be courted, right, by the different parties. Kasi yun nga, there's talk na PDP laban daw. Who needs her? Okay, also, from the Philippine Star, of course, we have Editor-in-Chief, Ami Pamintuan. Hi, Ami.
Hi, Ami.
Hi everyone, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Yun nga sana tatanong ko kay Ronald kung yung single siya and ready to mingle Sinagot na niya
Okay yung suot ni Ami
Deflect siya kagad
Okay yung suot ni Ami Snow White yung dating Kapapanood ko lang sa Disney Channel kagabi na Snow White. Panood mo? Sa Disney Channel na, Snow White.
Alam mo, hindi ko ma-imagine nanood ka ng Snow White.
Siyempre.
Hindi naman
Snow
white ang suot ni Snow White What are you talking about?
Hindi mo yung design.
What are you talking about? Hindi naman white ang suot niya
Hindi nga yung kulay, yung design. Hindi mo yung design, no?
Siyempre kailangan mo medyo mabait ako kahit sa damit lang,
Diba?
So you mean the puff sleeves?
Yan, yung mga ganyan. So meron, diba? Puffy yung sleeves Pero paborito ko doon yung Seven Dwarfs.
Sino doon sa Seven Dwarfs?
Si Grumpy.
Hindi si Snow White yung Seven Dwarfs.
Okay, we're talking about, what are we talking about?
Okay lang mag-share ng AI. Basta
okay lang.
Kung ano-anong umiikot na AI ngayon, ha?
Ano ba kayo?
Merong
Okay lang.
anti and pro administration, anti and pro Duterte camp.
Okay lang, basta hindi, walang financial gain. Political gain, okay lang. Financial gain.
Teka, lagyan ng konteksto kasi baka hindi nakita ng lahat yung Do we have a copy of the video?
Yung mga
screenshot.
AI, yung pro and anti, ipapakita nyo, kailangan pareho.
Sabi nga ni Senator Bato, ang mahalaga yung message.
So it started because Senator Bato posted an AI-generated photo saying...
Video. Video. Allegedly of a student saying na dapat hindi ma-impeach si VP Sara. Tapos ang caption ni Bato in sharing that AI-generated video is mabuti pa yung mga estudyante.
Alam nila.
Hindi ko maintindihan. Pwede ka naman kasi magbayad ng estudyante para sabihin yun. Ba't kinakailangan pang gawing fake?
Baka, I don't know, maybe he was just scrolling, tapos may nakita siya. Hindi naman, baka may...
Kaya may kumalat din tuloy na AI video naman ni Bato, nakita nyo na rin yun.
Ay, hindi pa, ano yun? May gumawa?
Yun ba yung...
Naka-Oxford Crimson Robe siya.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Nagsasayaw sa that's AI.
Nagsasayaw sa Senate.
Kapalitan nga ng AI ngayon.
Hindi niya kasama yung Holy Spirit.
Hindi. Hindi niya nakita yung video niya. Meron din gano'n Meron din gano'n.
I mean, I don't even... How do we even...
May cardinal na sumagot doon sa kanyang Holy Spirit statement.
Ano sabi?
Basta quote sa Bible yung pag ginamit, parang yung paggamit ng name of the Lord thy God in vain.
That's a commandment.
Parang
That's a commandment.
Do not take Commandments yun kasi hindi alam yung 10 Commandments
Naisusumpa ka, hindi lang in this age, but in the age to come. Yun yung eksaktong word sa Biblia.
That's scary. Makatakot naman.
Parang okay lang kasi.
Ang hinihintay ko yung podcast Napanood nyo naman, hindi ko pa nakikita yung podcast.
BBM?
Nakita mo na ba, Ed?
We saw parts of it.
Portions, pero ano kasi...
BBM, parang iksi-iksi
You mean with the President Marcos?
No, it's a podcast daw ni BBM.
Oh, ito nga.
Part 2.
Oh, ito nga.
Yeah. That's
This one that we're rolling right
Si
now.
Cheryl
Part
Cosim.
Oo, with Cheryl Cosim.
Pero
Pinapaliwanag
kahapon
niya.
pa yan di ba? Kahapon pa yan
Well, Sabado pa. Nung Sabado siya tinip.
Oo. Saturday.
But I think to be fair and to be honest about things,
Yeah.
this is Malacanang production.
Yes.
In other words,
Oo nga.
Anong ibig sabihin nun? Paliwanag mo.
Well, in other words, sila may hawak ng material. Sila nag-edit ng video.
So,
Yes.
kayo, anong role niyo dyan? Kayo lang yung tiga-tanong.
Yes, taga-facilitate na interview. Pero yes, this is organized by the PCO.
Yeah.
So far, di ko pa napapanood yung buong episode, but so far the takeaways
Yes, ako rin, di pa.
Si BBM was insisting that he's going to be very, very strict with his, not just the cabinet level officers, pero even lower down. He's going to be very, very strict. Dun sa headlines, we ran the soundbite of him quoting military style, precision when it comes to culling officers. Sabi niya, kita mo sa military, pag hindi ka na epektibo, then sorry, you have to go. If you're not helping, then get out of the way. Right?
Di ba narinig na natin yan? Some version of that.
Talaga si Ami,
Ano yun ng bold reset?
Well, that's...
Di ba na-disappoint na nga dun sa bold reset?
Being diplomatic ka si Reg ko naman.
Hindi, nire-recap ko lang.
It
Hindi
occurred
pa
to
ako
you that we're being extremely diplomatic here.
Di ba? Mas dramatic pa nga yung bold
which is highly
reset, di
unusual
ba?
for us.
Well, bold
Ang
reset.
sinasabi lang ni Presidente, yung kanyang revamp is protracted.
Okay.
Hindi.
Dati pa niya sinimulan.
Yes, correct.
Tatanggal siya.
Sabi niya, may mga names lang na hindi natin alam. But my question is,
Nagtatanggal siya ng hindi lang niyo kasi hindi niyo binabalita mga mga bias.
Hindi, si Reg naghahanap ng ng reboot. Reboot.
Teka, let's
okay.
guess na kaya.
Ang tawag na?
Yes, our guest is
Reboot.
here.
a bold reset.
Reset.
Those are not my words, by the way. That's
Okay.
Malacanang's words. But anyways,
Yes.
let's get on with our guests. First, our guest for the day, we've got the distinguished former Chief Justice and now Philippine Constitution Association Chair, Attorney Renato Puno. CJ Puno, good afternoon. Thank you for making time for us.
Good afternoon, Chief Justice.
Good afternoon, Chief Justice.
Good afternoon, Justice.
Good afternoon sa inyong lahat.
Good afternoon, sir. Unahin ko na po yung PhilConsa, no? This is the group that you chair, Philippine Constitution Association. And nung weekend, a few days ago, you were quoted as saying that yung issue with the impeachment has raised grave constitutional questions and challenges the integrity of the impeachment process because ni-remand ng Senate yung articles of impeachment back to the House. I wonder if you could explain what you mean by that.
Yes, let me do it in a very abbreviated way. Number one, we believe that this order is against the Constitution, especially the provision which gives the House of the Representatives the exclusive power to initiate impeachment proceedings. Ang gustong sabihin nun ay yung pag-question ng validity ng articles of impeachment ay may sariling panahon at nagtatakda din kung sino ang dapat mag-raise ng punto na ito. Hindi yung sinasabi nila na dapat maliwanag na may compliance doon sa 1 year rule. Hindi naman na jurisdictional yun eh. Yun it goes to the cause of action of the House prosecutors. Ang ibig sabihin, hindi naman dapat mauna yan, yung issue na yan, na desisyonan ng impeachment court. Yan dapat i-raise noong respondent nung Vice President as one of her affirmative defenses. Pero kung gano'n ang proseso, ang gusto sabihin, ay pababayaan muna na yung prosecution nang magpresenta ng kanilang ebidensya. I-prove nila na may cause of action sila. At pagtatapos nun, ay turn naman ng defendant to raise all issues which form part of their affirmative defenses. At ang isa dyan na may re-raise nila ay yung violation ng one-year rule. Ganon ang proseso. Hindi dapat unahin yan. At lalong-lalo na, hindi dapat ang nagre-raise yan ay yung members ng impeachment court. Kung hindi, ay mapapaghinalaan sila na sila ay may kinikiligan. More or less, that is our sense of the situation.
Chief Justice,
at nire-raise namin yung mga issues na yan para tulungan yung ating impeachment court na maayos yung mga orders, hindi ma-question with respect to their constitutionality and their legality para umusad na yung trial ng impeachment court. Hindi kami nakikialam sa magiging resulta niyang trial, whether the decision will be for conviction or for acquittal. We leave that to the judgment of the impeachment court. Ang dapat lang matulungan natin yung impeachment court na yung mga orders ay hindi ma-question so that whatever is their decision will enjoy more credibility.
Chief Justice, if I may, I have several questions but let me boil it down to this na lang. At this point in particular, kasi sabi nga ninyo, it is against the Constitution itong ginawa ng Senate Impeachment Court in remanding and ordering the Congress to do these things. Is it already a justiciable issue, and can somebody already question it before the Supreme Court? Or let me boil it down to this: should somebody, do you think, question it before the Supreme Court?
Ay siguro premature pa yan kasi hindi pa natin alam kung ano ang magiging response ng House prosecutors. Nalalabuan din ako sa mga pananalita nila.
Sasagot po.
Mayroong balita na yung House already passed a resolution complying with the remand order. In other words, certifying that the articles of impeachment were done in accord with the 1-year ban. On the other hand, meron namang statement itong mga prosecutors that they will still file a motion for clarification. At hindi ko rin maintindihan bakit motion for clarification ang ipafile nila. Pag final mo yung motion for clarification, implicitly, you are conceding the validity of the order. I do not know why they will file a motion for clarification. Hindi yung motion for reconsideration where they can attack the constitutional validity of the order.
Chief Justice, marami hong lumabas na mga bagong salita dito sa proseso na ito na sinimulan sa Senado. May hindi pa nga natuloy pero binanggit de facto dismissal. Tapos ito nga, yung pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, itong remand. Ito naman mga senador na gumawa nitong mga salitang ito ay mga abogado, hindi lang sila mga senador. Pero di ba, Chief Justice, meron ng dito, meron ng president dito sa usapin ng 1-year ban. Di ba, na-decision na yan twice yata ng Supreme Court? Kaya dapat alam ng mga abogado na senador na yung kanilang ginawa ay hindi constitutional.
Oh, may naging desisyon na nga dyan. At yan, dinesisyonan doon sa kaso ni Francisco versus House of Representatives. Ang decision doon ay yun na nga na there is a 1-year ban. Pero yung factual milieu nung kaso na yun ay iba naman dito sa factual milieu nitong kaso kontra kay BP Sara. Kaya yan, yung facts hindi masyado pang establish. Contentious yung nangyari doon sa House. Kanya yan, ang makaka-invoke lang yan para ilatag yung tunay na nangyari, tunay na facts, si BP Sara. At sabi ko nga, i-invoke niya yan as one of her affirmative defenses. Mag-uusapan sila dyan kung ano talaga ang nangyari, what are the real facts, and what is the applicable law. Pero yung contentious yung nangyari sa House, di natin alam kung ano yung totoong facts. So, ganun ang dapat na sistema dyan.
Pero
ang magre-raise dyan si BP Sara, hindi yung mga miyembro ng impeachment court.
Yes. Pero Chief Justice...
Pero you're saying, Chief Justice, walang president actually sa kaso ni VP Sara kung kailan nga talaga mag-uumpisa yung 1-year ban. Kasi yun ang sinasabi ng Secretary General ng House sa amin noon It starts when you file it with the House Committee on Justice. So okay naman daw pa yan, yung kasong yan, pwede pa. Yun ang sinasabi niya. Sino ba magde-determine ng 1-year period? Yung bang House, rules of the House on impeachment, o kailangan pa ng Supreme Court ruling?
Hindi, siyempre, ang magiging paninindigan ng House, they complied with the 1-year rule. But that is just an allegation. Pwede naman i-contest ni BP Sara na violate yung 1-year ban. Pero yan, magpipresentahan sila ng kanya-kanyang ebidensya with respect to what really happened. At hindi pwedeng ang magre-raise dyan mga miyembro ng impeachment court dahil hindi settled yung facts.
Yes. Na-raise po yan, Chief Justice, ni Vice President Sara doon sa kasong final niya to dismiss yung impeachment sa Supreme Court. Na wala pa namang decision yung Supreme Court tungkol dyan. So, na-raise niya. Pero dapat ba yan i-raise sa trial court ng Senate? Paano? Baka tama naman yung ginawa ni Vice President Sara na ni-raise niya sa Supreme Court. Pero ngayon, ang pinag-uusapan nga natin, Chief Justice, ay ang nagre-raise ngayon ay yung Senado as a trial court.
Oo. Ni-raise nga ni BP Sara yung issue na yan sa Supreme Court. But take note that the Supreme Court did not issue any restraining order against the impeachment court until now. I think the camp of BP Sara even filed a supplemental pleading raising that issue again. But until now, there is no TRO issued by the Supreme Court. Ano ang gusto sabihin yun? Maaaring ang gusto sabihin yun ay binibigyan ng leeway yung impeachment court to decide the issue. Dahil yung impeachment court ay mayroon din primary jurisdiction to resolve that issue. But the ultimate jurisdiction belongs to the Supreme Court.
Sir, was Senate President Chis Escudero right when he said that the House and the Senate are not co-equals in this impeachment process? His point being, in this process, ang Senate ang nag-act as judge and then the House is the one acting as the prosecutor, so it has no right to refuse the remand of the Articles of Constitution. His larger point being, mas mataas ang House in this ang Senate in this instance. Tama po ba yung interpretation na yun?
Hindi tayo pwedeng magsabi na they are equal in all parts and in all dimensions. Ang tamang sabihin dyan ay with respect to the initiation of the impeachment charges, that is the sole prerogative of the House. But with respect to the trial of the case, that is also the exclusive domain of the Senate Impeachment Court. At hindi rin tama na sabihin na yung impeachment court cannot just issue any order because we are all constrained by the Constitution. Kahit na yung Senate may karapatang mag-promulgate ang kanilang rules and regulations. All those rules and regulations must conform with the Constitution. Hindi naman na pwedeng sabihin na nag-issue sila ng order at yan ay dapat kagad sundin because kung nga yung order hindi valid, that can be questioned. Lalong-lalo na kung yung order would involve an interpretation of a particular provision of the Constitution, a question of law. Ang may ultimate jurisdiction dyan ay ang Supreme Court.
Chief Justice, several times kasi po you mentioned na yung issue ng one-year ban, hindi pwedeng erase yan ng mga members ng impeachment court. Ang dapat nag-erase yan ay yung kampo ni VP Sara, which they did nga noong February 18 with the Supreme Court. So my question is, did the senator judges violate anything when they raised that issue as senator judges?
As a motion.
And what can or should be done about that violation, if anything at all? Kasi they're senator judges eh. Some people have mentioned inhibition, recusing themselves, but those are all voluntary. But those are all voluntary, I understand eh. Nobody can force them to do anything about that. So what are we left with? Kumbaga, what is the recourse as far as that is concerned?
Ay, tama po yun. Yung mga we expect both parties to be filing motions for inhibition. Both parties magpa-file yan ng motions for inhibition. And those motions are addressed to the particular senator concerned.
Opo.
And so it will be the senator concerned who will resolve whether he will voluntarily inhibit or not. Pero having said so, kung mali po yung halimbawa hindi nag-inhibit pero klarong dapat mag-inhibit, that will erode the credibility of the members of the impeachment court. Dahil kahit anong sabihin nila, ang mga parties na nag-a-appear dyan sa impeachment court, they are entitled to the protection of the Constitution. And one protection is their entitlement to judges who are fair and whose integrity cannot be questioned. Hindi dahil nag-appear sila dyan sa impeachment court, they have surrendered their constitutional rights to due process.
Pero CJ, for example po, nung Independence Day, at least 2 senator judges appeared with VP Sara in Kuala Lumpur and endorsed VP Sara for the presidency in 2028. And of course, VP Sara is the accused in the impeachment case. So there are a lot of questions by a lot of people na parang, so pwede ba yun?
Kung strictly judicial proceedings yan, cover dyan yung judicial ethics. Kanyan, talagang may magkakaroon ng ground to disqualify them. But as I said, they have their own rules and regulations. But again, they have to be reminded that they are bound by the constitutional command on due process. And due process calls for judges who are fair and impartial in resolving disputes of this nature.
But on the other side of it, then sorry, let me just point out that si VP Sara also said kung if we're gonna talk about inhibition, dapat ma-inhibit din
kabila
yung
rin.
kabilang side, which is yung mga
Yes.
nagsabi before. For example, Senator Ontiveros who was quoted allegedly before saying that the Dutertes must be destroyed daw. Tapos meron pa tumawag sa kanya na unhinged. So her point being, dapat yung kabilang side din mag-inhibit from that.
Pero di ba
just to
dapat,
counter it.
Chief Justice, merong parameters yan. Halimbawa, pag nagsimula na yung impeachment, doon ka na mag-i-inhibit kung magpapakita. Pero bago nagsimula yung impeachment, may political mga political na bakbakan, hindi, ibang usapin yun. Pero yung nagsimula na yung impeachment, ikaw ay judge na, tapos ganyan pa yung gagawin mo, iba yun. No? Iba yung rules pag yung nagsimula na yung impeachment.
Kasi we saw, for example, a photo of several judges wearing the robes already, doing the fist bump of the
Oo, yun
the
din.
fist
Pero,
bump.
ayun, baka iba pa yun eh. Pero yung i-endorse mo, yung akusado na ikaw ay isa sa mga judge, ibang usapin yun. Kesa nung before yung impeachment process, nagbabakbakan kayo as political protagonist and
yes.
antagonist.
Oo.
Pero Chief Justice, meron bang magagawa doon? Ang ini-issue lang naman dyan, kasi alam naman natin lahat actually yung posisyon ng mga senador, Ang ini-issue dito, bakit sumama kayo doon sa akusado all the way to Kuala Lumpur nung nakapanumpa na kayo? Wala bang doon? Wala bang... we're talking about due process here. You are a judge. Sumama ka doon sa respondent. Nakapag-oath na kayo. The court has convened. Wala bang accountability doon na
Tapos
pwedeng gawin?
nag-endorsement pa.
Ay, yun ang...
Hindi, endorsement political. Pero yung sa ganyan, may magagawa ba doon, Chief?
Yun ang sinasabi ko. We can expect as the proceedings go on, pag nagkaroon na ng jurisdiction yung impeachment court sa person ni VP Sara, na-issue na yung summons, nag-answer na siya, before the formal trial begins, expect both parties to be filing these motions for inhibition. At again, that will depend on the rules.
Pero
Hindi
di ba,
kagaya sa usual judicial proceedings, very clear ang rules yan. But
Pero
whatever their rules, whatever is their power to promulgate their rules should not violate the Constitution, especially the provision on due process.
pero di ba, Chief Justice, yung inhibition is something personal. Wala masyadong mga rules na established dyan. Parang delikadesa. Walang batas tungkol sa delikadesa eh. Parang, parang publiko na yung hahatol sa'yo.
Pero let us not forget that the rules that they adopted in a supplementary way yung rules of court na promulgate ng Supreme Court and all the relevant rules on this matter. That should include perhaps grounds for inhibition, although suppletorily ang application.
Chief
Chief,
Justice,
yung ganyan ba hindi covered nung Code of Conduct? Kasi nagtatanungan ngayon mga tao, ano kayang pwedeng gawin? Hindi ba covered ng Code of Conduct yan? We have a law on Code of Conduct for government officials.
6713.
Wala bang di ba kaya i-cover yan ng batas na yan?
Yeah, but more than that, yung fairness ng mga judges covered yan ng Constitution. The demand of the Constitution that part of due process is the right to be tried by impartial judges.
Impartial, yes.
Yes.
Chief Justice, yung order to remand ng Senate carried with it two orders. The first one ordering the 19th Congress to give an assurance na it did it within the constitutional bounds, yung 1-year ban. I think that's probably resolved already by Resolution 2346 na pinasa ng Kongreso the other night. But the second question is this, the second order is this. The second order is for the 20th Congress to give an assurance that it is still interested in pursuing the articles of impeachment in the 20th Congress.
Kahit hindi pa nagko-convene yung 20th Congress.
Ang tanong ko po, paano po kung sakali lang na yung 20th Congress decides to say na we're no longer interested in pursuing the articles of impeachment. How does that work now? Gayong na-impeach na yung isa, tapos yung susunod na Kongreso, kung sakali lang sinabi na hindi na kami interesado for political reasons or for any reason at all. What happens then?
Again, dapat intindihan natin yung constitutional predicate niyan, yung premise niyan. Bakit nila ipakokomentin yung incoming members nung 20th Congress?
Hindi pa nga.
Ang implicit premise yan ay itong impeachment court is not a continuing body. Yan ang premise yan. Is that correct or not? Dapat yun, that's a noble, difficult legal question. But that premise should be the subject of debate kung tama yan o hindi. At ang prevailing jurisprudence yan, yung impeachment court is a continuing body. Dahil ang jurisdiction was imposed by the Constitution on the court itself as a separate institution. Yung jurisdiction was not given to the persons of the senators. So yung impeachment court, it stays regardless of the changes in the personalities of the senators. At yan namang provision na yan, kinopya natin sa US Constitution yan eh. At kung pag-aaralan natin, yung naging practice sa Senate, gano'n yan, consistent yan, yung recognition na yung impeachment court is a continuing body. And regardless of the changes in the political complexion of the senators, yung jurisdiction continues. Kaya kung susundin natin yun, hindi kailangan na tanungin yung 20th Congress, yung mga senators doon.
Pero
whether they will continue the impeachment process.
Pero CJ, given what you said po, but what if the next Congress says nga na
they don't want to continue
in compliance with this order of the Senate impeachment court in compliance? What if the 20th Congress says, okay, so we're not interested anymore? Paano na mangyayari sa nakaraang impeachment?
Hindi ko maintindihan kung anong gagawin ng House dyan. Are they willing to concede that the impeachment court is not a continuing body? Kung i-concede nila yan, then magko-comply sila doon sa second part ng resolution. But if they believe otherwise, if they believe that the impeachment court is a continuing body, they should raise that in a motion for reconsideration before the Senate impeachment court.
Kung i-raise nila yung Chief Justice sa Supreme Court, ang Supreme Court ba will act on it forthwith? Or will it take time? Or hindi na nila didesisyonan? Dahil nga, very delicate yung issue ng impeachment, even for the Supreme Court.
Ay, yan, hindi natin masabi kung ano magiging immediate response ng Supreme Court. But that is a noble issue that will be raised for the first time before the Supreme Court, and it is an important issue. But it's difficult to tell the time frame when the Supreme Court will come out with a decision. Alam naman natin na yung Supreme Court is a collegiate body. Mahaba din yung proseso niyan. May mga filing of answer, then reply, kung ano pa, hearing, and then it's a 15-month court, marami rin debate siya. But certainly, it can be raised in the Supreme Court.
But that's also part of the issue, sir, because everything at this point is being kicked up to the Supreme Court. Pati si Senator Cheese po, sinasabi, if you have complaints about this, file it with the Supreme Court. So on the one hand, it creates a backlog. And the second issue is it tells us that our institutions have are disagreeing with each other and have major unresolved conflicts. So at what point do we call it a constitutional crisis? Or is
Meron ba Chief Justice na de facto sui generis para sa Supreme Court na kinakailangan nila itong actionan kaagad?
Kasi marami ng cases na na-file.
Pero yun ang panawagan ng taong bayan, panawagan din ng mga eksperto sa batas na kung maaari, itong mga orders na ito ay na very controversial and will provoke a lot of legal question, ay bawasan na. At ang nangyayari niyan, ang total effect yan, ay delay. Ang gusto lang ng taong bayan ay yung impeachment court should immediately exercise its primary, I underline that, primary jurisdiction, which means go ahead, resolve all these issues, and whatever the decision will be, the aggrieved party can go to the Supreme Court if they have grounds to do so. Pero kailangan natin malaman na kung ano ba yung ebidensya at ano ba magiging decision ng impeachment court, whether it's right or it is wrong. At bahala na ang publikong mag-desisyon, mag-agree or disagree.
Okay. But in the meantime, Chief Justice, ano nakikita niyong way forward? Kasi sinasabi naman ng iba, tuloy-tuloy pa naman yung impeachment trial, pinasagot na sinoma na si OVP, Office of the Vice President, at pinag-aaralan na daw ng mga abogado. So sa tingin nyo, basta ituloy-tuloy lang na Senate yung process.
Pero
even while waiting for anything from the Supreme Court.
The turtle pace that is objectionable. Ang gusto na pwede naman ma-avoid yung mga issues yung mga ganyang very questionable orders. Yun lang naman ang hinihintay ng gusto ng tao. Yung bigyan ng substance yung word forthwith.
Okay.
Pero
Gusto sabihin na without unnecessary delay.
Pero consistent with what you said earlier, Chief Justice, ang suggestion nyo ay huwag pumasok yung House sa framework ng Senate. When they remanded yung impeachment ng House, huwag nilang patulan. Yun yung sinasabi nyo, in sum.
Kung sa palagay nila talagang ang constitutional yan, dapat Hedson, they should question the constitutionality of the order. Hindi lang motion for clarification.
That's very clear. Okay, we will leave that there for now. Thank you so much for your time and your insights today. That's former Chief Justice and now PhilConsa, Philippine Constitution Association Chairperson, Attorney Reynato Puno. Thank you so much, Chief Justice.
Maraming salamat, Chief Justice.
Thanks, Chief Justice.
Yes.
You are watching StoryCon on One News. You just need to take a very quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We'll recap after this.
We've got developing news and the stories behind headlines. Welcome back to StoryCon, the Story Conference. Look at your smile.
My smile?
Yeah.
My smile is very innocent.
Yeah, smirk there. Like this guy smirk.
I have a forever smirk on my face. I'm Regina Lay, and still with us, Ami Pamituan of the Philippine Star and Ronald Llamas, our resident political heckler.
Ano man tingin mo, Ami, dun sa kanilang ginawang interview kay Presidente sa Malacanang?
Hindi pa niya naman panood eh.
Di ba sinabi ko na nga kanina?
Hindi ka kasi organic dito eh. Philippine Star ka eh.
Hindi, baka naghahanda siya, di ba sabi ko, pwede naman tuloy-tuloy ang revamp na yan eh. He can announce something sa State of the Nation address niya eh. So, usually, pag SONA, merong mga dramatic na ano, di ba?
So amin, naniniwala.
Usually ganon.
So amin, report ngayon na yung ibang GOCC hindi pa nagte-tender ng courtesy resignation. Baka naghihintay sila ng baka hindi nakarating yung letter from Malacanang.
Pero yung GOCC ba talaga yung target niya? Kasi if you read the palace's statements in the past correctly, ang gusto nila is yung hindi satisfied yung taong bayan sa services and all that. So that's not really GOCCs. It's more of frontline agencies.
Hindi, ang issue lang naman dito, Ami, naniniwala ka ba sa framework ng revamp? Parang fourth with yan eh. Meron yan synonym to. Diba? Hindi naman yan ibig sabihin na ganun
Hindi kasi siya
ka-broad.
nagsabi kasi Malacanang na magkakaroon ng bold reset. No? Kaya, ano ba namang translation? No? Sige nga, para yung portrait. Ano bang ng bold? Hindi siya naging bold naging dud.
Pero binago nila Ang tawag nila, di ba, Ami, ang tawag nila ay review. It wasn't a revamp, it was a review. Ang review naman kasi ginagawa 6 na taon No? So, what was that about? No?
Sabi sila Star, revamp
Philippine Star kasi, headline, revamp.
Pwede gawin reset dahan-dahan. Di ba?
said,
Anyway, it's a performance audit. Talaga matagal mag-audit
Correct.
Baka abutin ng 3 taon yung audit na yan.
Well, sabi niya, this is really meant to put everyone on notice to say, hey, we're looking at your performance, we're measuring you against specific KPIs, and if you're not performing, then sorry na lang.
Pero hindi ba that goes without saying?
That goes without saying, A.
Gobyerno yan
Oo, and B, this is...
Siyempre, pag ayaw sa'yo, di ayaw.
Correct, and this is
the appointing power. Everyone serves at the pleasure of the appointing power.
So ito yung sinasabi na ngayon ni President na, okay, this is just to put everyone on notice, and I get that. Pero the point was that, kailangan ba everyone in the cabinet? Was that all of that necessary? Which is to make a big hoo-ha out of everyone resigning.
Exactly, dahil everybody should be on notice from day one.
Everybody should have been on notice from day one.
Ang naiba kasi sa revamp, it's a revamp.
Ang nangyari lang dyan, you raise expectations unusually high
Yes, correct. So
dapat
because
kapag nag-announce ka ng ganyan maganda ka talaga na something dramatic. Pag hindi, bagsak yung hindi ba? Hindi maganda yung epekto
Hindi nga revamp yun,
Review daw.
Hindi, reband. Nagbanding lang sila ulit.
Remind.
Sinabi rin niya na it will no longer be business as usual. I acknowledge. Remember?
Rebanding na buhok. Nagbanding na sila ulit.
Sinabi rin niya hindi ba?
Ang dami naman natin.
More business as usual.
We're introducing...
Nangangako siya ng change
Nagsimula yan sa fourth
with
with
siya ng change.
Kayo talaga, we're introducing too many words here. Ay, hindi pala tayo, sila.
Sabi nga ni
Ngayon,
Senator Pimentel,
revamp,
ang
reset,
synonym ng dismiss ay remand. Ang synonym ng forthwith ay
agad-agad. Immediately.
Ang synonym ng inhibit ay resign.
Official yun official translation, agad-agad.
Oo. Sinubukang baguhin ni Alan Peter Pinakita sa kanya yung official translation.
Nag-sorry naman siya. Kaya chinek niya yung official translation.
Pero hindi siya nag-sorry as ambassador of Jesus Christ.
So,
nakita nga niya na agad.
Wala rin nag-sorry the Holy Spirit.
So where does that leave us?
Stop shooting the messenger.
Kaya nga don't shoot the messenger.
What is important is the message. Diba? Na-lecturean tuloy kayo ng Marshall McLuhan. No? Wala kayong alam
The medium is the message.
The medium is the message.
Ano ba yan?
Na-lecturean tuloy kayo ni Bato.
Tinuturo pa ba nila yan sa schools? The medium is the message. But yung point ni Ed earlier kay Chief Justice Renato Puno about, okay, what is the recourse right now in terms of...
Unlike yung ibang former justices ng Supreme Court, very clear si Chief Justice. This is unconstitutional. Yung iba kasi may nuancing
right from the start.
This is irregular but constitutional. No? Dapat ito ay sagutin dahil...
Ito nga, klaro si Chief Justice hindi pwedeng erase ng mga miyembro ng impeachment court ang bagay na yan.
Prosecutors.
Very categorical yung kanyang statement.
Correct. And also,
kaya lang,
dapat...
anong gagawin nyo? Ginawa na.
Yun na nga.
That's the next question.
Anong gagawin nyo?
And dapat hindi na...
gusto nila
Dapat hindi na pinansin ng House yung remanding of the AOI.
Pero officially kasi hindi pa nila sinasagot
Pero nag-file sila ng resolution. That's the problem.
Resolution daw nag-announce ang House
pero internal yon. Hindi yan tinransmit nila sa Senate. Ibig sabihin,
sinabi ng Senate, hindi pa nakukuha.
Paano clarification yon for themselves?
Yes, they didn't transmit it, but it was made public. That's the issue. So para naging, it's part of public record now.
Sa aming mga
learned,
no? Kailangan mo i-transmit yan or else it didn't happen.
Transmit or it didn't happen.
Hindi pwedeng sabihin mo lang yan sa Philippine Star. Walang ibig sabihin yun. Kailangan ipadala mo officially.
Hindi pa daw pinapadala, sabi ng Senate.
The word of the day daw.
Hindi pa nila natatanggap.
Ano ang word for the day?
Okay, phrase of the day.
What? Transmit or it didn't happen, according to Ronald Llamas.
Unless it is transmitted, it didn't happen. No? Kahit headline pa ng Philippine Star yan,
we
baliwala
passed the
yan.
resolution, we approved.
Okay, and
Hindi lang pinadala.
on that note, we will leave the conversation. Thank you so much for joining StoryCon today. Ami
Parang love letter yan,
Editor-in-Chief of the Philippine Star, Ronald Llamas, a resident political
Naging love life naman pag-usapan natin.
Pag hindi mo pinadala yung love letter, hindi mo mahal.
Bago na
ganun
naman
ba
yun,
yun? Parang may hugot ka dun.
Join us.
Talagang no? Single but ano yan?
Single and ready to mingle.
But ready to mingle.
Ayun, yun ang quote of the day.
That is the quote.
Single but ready to
Single
mingle.
but ready to
Single and
mingle.
ready to
Si
mingle.
Ronald, si Ronald po yun.
Oy, si Kwan yun eh. Si Vice President ang nagsabi nun eh.
Join us again tomorrow, 4 p.m. for StoryCon. I'm Regina Lay.
Sorry, I'm Ed Lingao. We are One News, all sides, all the time.